Aerobics and anaerobics. They're the two sides of fitness and are almost all encompassing for any exercise that you may do. But what does that actually mean? Well, today I'd love to cover it and discuss that with you, and I'd like to focus primarily on aerobics in this short video. But real quick, I want to go over what aerobics are not. Anything aerobics aren't would be considered anaerobics. Anaerobics, or anaerobic exercises, may include things like push-ups, plyometrics, squats, calisthenics, weightlifting, and many other popular mainstream fitness options. If I could blanket everything under one term, it would be high-intensity interval training, or HIIT. HIIT exercises are exercises that force your body to output lots of energy in a short period of time, and this causes muscle hypertrophy in the muscles that you're working. Now moving on to aerobics, which on the other hand, aerobics are going to be much faster and more repetitive movements such as swimming, running, walking, cycling, jogging, jump rope, and of course dancing. Now all of these movements may sound similar, but that's just because they're everybody's favorites and they're all cardio. Everybody knows cardio is more fun than any other part of the gym. Now, what are aerobics actually doing and benefiting for you? Well, aerobics are causing your heart and your cardiovascular system to work overtime in their departments because your blood needs to carry oxygen to whatever part of your body is being exercised. So, for example, if you're going for a run, your legs are going to need blood rich with oxygen. So, your heart will pump blood into your lungs. Your lungs will then supply your blood with oxygen, and then after your blood is full and rich with it, your heart will pump your blood out of your lungs and into whatever part of your body needs it. In this case, your legs will need it. Now, what are aerobics doing to this process? Well, aerobics are causing this process to go on for extended periods of time. This is forcing your heart and lungs to grow more efficient with the process out of a necessity. If you do long distance or track, you may even experience this with your end of season runs feeling easier or even more refreshing. Now, what is the benefit to all of this? Well, the main benefit to all this is efficiency. Aerobics are forcing your heart and your lungs into the best condition that they can get into. Furthermore, your condition is encompassing the other benefits of aerobic exercises. It's proven that aerobics can help to prevent cancer, diabetes, strokes, high blood pressure, osteoporosis, and they're a great way to shed any extra pounds that you may want to get rid of whilst building muscle on top of them. And if you choose something like running or swimming, they offer a new hobby, a community, and people to meet behind the activity. Now, I have been singing the praises of aerobics, but everything has its caveats, and aerobics are no different. And there can be risks in this. Outside of slipping from dancing or getting a leg cramp in a pool, are there any serious risks that you should think about before you decide to start with your favorite aerobic activity? Well, a big one is overuse injuries, and just like dairy, everything must be enjoyed in moderation. You see, many, especially high impact ones, but many aerobic exercises can have adverse effects on your joints, causing issues like knee pain, swelling, stress fractures, which is when like a tiny little crack pops up in your bone, and many other injuries can plague the many aerobic enjoyees of Dakota. Oh, and another condition that might get you is dehydration. With all the swimming you'll be doing in that presumptuous public pool of people, your preposterously perfect swim form is going to have you expelling a lot of energy and liquids. So you're going to need to keep up with that. Dehydration can lead to headaches, dizziness, dry cough, weakness, and if the weather fits, even heat stroke. So try to drink at least half of your body weight in ounces. Speaking of ounces, we should talk about the history of aerobics. First, picture it's the 60s, and there's an old military physician sitting at a table. His name is Dr. Kenneth H. Cooper, and he's just written a book on aerobic exercises and has no idea what to name it. While sitting there right on the floor, he began to ponder his issue furthermore. What to name this book, as he thought, hours, days, weeks alone on that floor. Suddenly there came a rapping tapping at his chamber door. The doctor neared the frame, pondering what was upon him. As the hinges creaked, squeaked, freaked evermore, there sat a crow atop his door. The crow scrunched, squeaked, squawked to him. Plurals! That gave the doctor an idea, a revelation, an innovation, a transmutation for his predicament, a solution. Name his book Aerobics. Add an S. That was it. And so aerobics took off, looking back nevermore. Now fast forward, it's the 80s, the golden age of aerobics, with them intruding into every outlet, with James Fonda and Richard Simmons leading the charge into mainstream media. With channels, programs, movies, shows, and even more. This wasn't just a fitness trend, it was an all-out revolution, with people like Richard Simmons supporting entire aerobic lifestyles to keep people in shape. With all the programs, aerobics were brought directly into your house, on your living room floor. All this, of course, eventually did get marketed, and that kind of ruined it just a little bit. But it was still an amazing time for aerobics to thrive, and to this day there's still an impact, a creator left behind by all of it. Either in the culture it created, the connections people formed over it, or even the people it directly affected. Maybe a bunch of dance moves really did help some people change their health. And that was all I had, so thank you for watching my presentation, and have a good day. Oh, also works cited.